Amid challenges and unexpected changes, there are moments that profoundly transform us. These events are not mere coincidences, but invitations to see beyond the ordinary and discover a new way of living. Today, we'll explore spiritual awakening together, a journey that transforms crises into clarity and connects us with the purest essence of our being. Sometimes life surprises us with events that shake our foundation, as if an invisible force is trying to wake us from a deep sleep. This moment, often called chaos, becomes the starting point for a spiritual awakening. It's not just a difficult phase, but a break from everything we once considered safe and predictable. Relationships falling apart, unexpected illnesses, or even drastic career changes can push us to question who we are and where we are headed. These experiences often come with intense feelings of loss and confusion. It's as if the ego, our part that craves control and stability, is challenged to recognize that it never truly had full command over our lives. While this realization can be painful, it is also liberating. Chaos forces us to look beyond appearances and see possibilities that were once hidden. However, not all awakenings arise from pain. There are stories of people who experience moments of clarity and realization without enduring traumatic crises. Michael Singer, for instance, reached an elevated state of consciousness simply while sitting in his living room. These spontaneous awakenings show that suffering isn't always necessary for spiritual growth. They also suggest a collective shift in human consciousness, indicating that more people may find growth naturally and effortlessly. Regardless of how chaos manifests, it plays a vital role, breaking old patterns and clearing the way for a new perspective. It sparks profound existential questions like, what truly matters, and what is my purpose? Questions that were once silenced by routine now demand answers. Facing chaos with courage and acceptance is the first step toward transforming pain into self-awareness and building a solid foundation for the journey ahead. After moving through chaos and discovering the initial sparks of transformation, a special moment arises: ecstasy. This phase is marked by a deep sense of joy and connection, as if all the pieces of a puzzle have finally come together. The world around us, once chaotic or indifferent, now takes on new colors and meaning. It feels as though every tree, every ray of sunshine, and every gentle breeze carries silent messages from a universe celebrating with you. This stage is not just about happiness, it's about a type of fulfillment many have never experienced before. Emotions flow freely, and the heart becomes the center of this new perception. For the first time, many people can genuinely feel emotions like compassion, unconditional love, and gratitude on an intense level. It's here that we realize we are not separate from the world around us, but deeply and essentially connected to it. Another fascinating aspect of this stage is the heightened intuition. Decisions that once seemed difficult now come effortlessly, as though an invisible force guides each choice. Moreover, synchronicities become frequent. You think of someone and they appear. Opportunities arrive at precisely the right moment. It's as if the universe is working in harmony with you, aligning everything to support your new purpose. In many cases, spiritual gifts that were once dormant begin to surface. Some people develop extraordinary empathy, deeply understanding others. Others discover talents for healing or connecting with subtle energies. These gifts are not random, but aspects of your being that have been waiting for the right moment to emerge. Still, it's important to remember that this phase, as wonderful as it may feel, is not the final destination. Many fall in love with the sense of lightness and harmony and try to stay in it forever. However, ecstasy is a transitional stage, a sort of spiritual honeymoon that prepares the ground for the lessons and challenges ahead. It's not about clinging to it, but appreciating it as a reminder of what's possible when we live in alignment with our true selves. Ecstasy reveals the beauty of being alive and connected to the whole. It offers a glimpse of what can be achieved when we set aside the ego and allow our essence to shine fully. After ecstasy, an unexpected phase often arises, one that can be both frightening and confusing: the dark night of the soul. This stage is marked by a deep dive into inner shadows, where we confront our most intense doubts, fears, and insecurities. It's as if, after the radiant light of ecstasy, darkness returns to remind us that spiritual awakening is a complex and multifaceted process. This phase can manifest as a sense of emptiness, a space where the old self seems to have disappeared, but the new self has not yet fully emerged. There is a disconnection from the external world and an existential crisis that forces us to question everything. Who am I? What truly matters? What is my place in this universe? It's a period of disorientation, where old meanings lose their relevance and new answers have yet to be found. As difficult as this phase may seem, it is not an end but a transition. The emptiness is not a void but a fertile space for rebirth. This is where the soul begins to integrate the lessons learned in previous stages. All the joy, clarity, and connection experienced during ecstasy must take root deeply, which requires a moment of pause and introspection. During this journey through the shadows, practices such as journaling, meditating, or walking in nature can help bring clarity and ease the sense of isolation. This is a time for self-care and for accepting that pain is part of the growth process. It is also an opportunity to uncover talents and gifts that were buried beneath the layers of expectations and limiting beliefs of the old self. It's important to remember that the dark night of the soul does not last forever. It is a recalibration, a time to rebuild the foundation of who you are becoming. When the soul feels that the internal work is complete, it begins to emerge from this phase stronger, wiser, and more connected to itself. This period of darkness can be transformative, teaching us to embrace our vulnerabilities and find strength in adversity. It prepares us for the next stage, where stability and peace begin to arise, like dawn after a long night. In the end, the dark night of the soul reveals that even in the shadows there is potential for light, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. After moving through chaos, ecstasy, and the dark night of the soul, we arrive at a moment of serenity and balance, the foundation. This stage feels like dawn after a long, turbulent night, bringing an inner peace that once seemed unattainable. Here, the emotional and spiritual turmoil gives way to a sense of stability and clarity, as if the ground on which you build your life is now firm and secure. At this point, the lessons learned from each previous phase begin to integrate deeply. Experiences are no longer seen as isolated moments but as essential parts of a transformative journey. There is a reconnection with the simplicity of life and a recognition of the value in small things. A smile, a moment of stillness, or the beauty of a landscape. Gratitude becomes a constant presence, and the sense of purpose, once clouded, begins to emerge with clarity. Personal relationships also take on a new dimension. You may notice that some people from your past no longer align with your current frequency, and that's okay. This is a time to accept that moving forward sometimes means letting go of what no longer supports your growth. At the same time, new connections appear, more aligned with the person you have become, offering support and inspiration for this new chapter of life. Another key aspect of this stage is manifestation. Operating at a higher frequency, you begin to attract experiences and opportunities that are in perfect harmony with your true self. This doesn't mean that everything will be flawless, but you are now better equipped to face challenges with wisdom and resilience. Life shifts from being a constant struggle to becoming a natural flow of events that reflect your most authentic intentions and values. The foundation is a space for rebuilding. Here you start creating the life you desire, not based on external expectations, but on your own truth. The spiritual journey, which once felt like an emotional roller coaster, now resembles a walk through peaceful hills. There are highs and lows, but you possess the inner tools to navigate them with calm and confidence. Ultimately, this stage is not just about living but thriving. It is a time to ground your achievements in wisdom, allowing your soul to flourish in harmony with the world around you. You become a reflection of everything you've learned, a being strengthened by overcoming challenges, ready to continue exploring the infinite possibilities of spiritual awakening. Each phase of spiritual awakening is like a unique piece of a larger puzzle, revealing the complete picture of who you truly are. From the initial chaos that dismantles old structures, to the ecstasy that illuminates new possibilities, through the dark night of the soul, and culminating in the peace of a solid foundation, this path is a dance between challenge and transformation. But remember, spiritual awakening is neither a straight path nor a final destination. It is a continuous journey, where every experience, no matter how challenging or beautiful, is an opportunity for growth. Looking back, you'll realize that every step had a purpose, preparing you to become the strong, wise, and authentic person you are today. So wherever you are on your journey, know that you are not alone. The universe, with all its complexity and beauty, is always conspiring for your growth. Trust the process. Cherish each moment and keep moving forward, knowing that your soul knows the way. If this video resonated with you, share it with those who might also benefit from this message. And remember, you have the strength and wisdom within you to overcome any phase and thrive. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next chapter of this incredible journey.